Do your legs ache? Still eating these 7 fruits after 50? They might be the silent reason your legs ache every day. Have you ever paused and truly questioned, why is it that despite eating healthy, exercising consistently, and following all the so-called rules for wellness, your legs feel weaker than they used to? Why does it seem like climbing stairs has become a workout in itself? Why does it take noticeably longer to rise from a chair than it did just a few years ago? Is it just part of the natural aging process, or is something else going on, something more subtle but just as damaging? What if I told you that the issue might not be about what you aren't doing, but about what you are doing every single day, without even realizing the impact it's having on your body? Here's the unexpected truth. Most older adults unknowingly make a quiet mistake every day. They do it confidently, thinking it's the right move. Why? Because they've been told since childhood that fruits are healthy, that they're natural, that they're packed with vitamins and always a good choice. And while that's true for many people, the reality is that not all fruits are beneficial for seniors. In fact, some can be downright harmful. There's an important truth that rarely gets discussed. Certain fruits, though nutritious for some, are not suitable for aging bodies. In fact, some of the fruits we consume without a second thought could be contributing to weakening leg muscles, worsening joint pain, and making balance more difficult. Remember to subscribe to Seniorpedia, your trusted source for living stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling lives after 50. Why? Because as we age, our bodies change drastically. Our circulation becomes less efficient. Our metabolism slows down. Our tissues take longer to recover. And the foods that once supported us can begin to cause silent, gradual damage. Some fruits, though they may appear wholesome, contain high levels of natural sugar, acids, or compounds that increase inflammation, elevate blood sugar, or interfere with circulation. These hidden dangers can result in tired, aching legs, joint stiffness, and pain that becomes more noticeable over time. The problem is subtle. The harm accumulates slowly. There's no sharp warning or immediate red flag. One day your legs feel heavy. Another day you notice tightness in your knees. Suddenly a simple walk feels exhausting. A short flight of stairs leaves you winded. That strength you used to rely on, it's quietly fading. In today's video, I'm going to reveal the 7 most surprisingly harmful fruits for seniors over the age of 60. Fruits that may appear completely innocent, but could be harming your mobility, increasing your discomfort, and gradually wearing down your leg strength. You might never see your fruit bowl the same way again. So if you value your ability to walk comfortably, maintain your independence, and avoid long-term pain, then stay with me through to the end. Your body might be silently calling out for this exact wake-up call. But before we dive in, I need to ask a small favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications if you're serious about your health. This is the place where we talk about the things no one else will. And I want to know, are you with me? If you're watching this and any of what I've said so far resonates with you, if you felt weaker, stiffer, or less mobile lately, drop a 1 inch in the comments. If not, type 0. Your voice is more powerful than you think. Now let's take a close look at the first fruit on our list. One that's commonly promoted for its health benefits, but may secretly be doing more harm than good. 1. Pineapple, the silent inflammation catalyst. Pineapple, tropical, vibrant, juicy, and bursting with flavor. For years, it's been celebrated as a natural anti-inflammatory thanks to a compound called bromelain. People eat it thinking it will help reduce swelling, soothe joints, and support recovery. But here's the twist. Especially for older adults, pineapple may actually be contributing to the very pain you're trying to avoid. This fruit contains potent natural acids and high levels of sugar. And while your younger body may have handled it fine, your aging blood vessels and metabolism are more sensitive now. When you eat pineapple, you're giving your body a sudden hit of sugar, which causes your blood sugar to spike. This spike can damage the small capillaries and blood vessels that feed your muscles and legs. Over time, as circulation weakens, your muscles receive less oxygen. The result? That dragging feeling in your legs, swelling in your feet, tired thighs, achy knees. The pain comes not from one dramatic event, but from small, repetitive damage over time. But that's not all. The acidity in pineapple can also irritate joints, especially in people who already suffer from conditions like arthritis. Think about that burning ache in your knees or the tightness in your hips after sitting for a while. Pineapple might be fanning the flames. Some people even report a sense of heaviness in their legs after eating pineapple, like their energy is slipping away. And if you take medications, especially blood thinners, be extra cautious. Bromelain can interact with those drugs, making them either too strong or too weak. That's a serious concern that most people never even hear about. What makes pineapple so deceptive is that it doesn't cause an immediate, noticeable reaction. There's no sudden pain or rash. Instead, the damage is slow and cumulative. One slice here, a smoothie there, and months later, you're wondering why you can't move like you used to. The saddest part? Most seniors have no idea. They think they're eating something healthy, something meant to heal. But in reality, it's quietly working against them. So, do you need to cut out pineapple forever? Not necessarily. But you do need to be aware of how it might be affecting you, especially if you're experiencing chronic joint pain or leg fatigue. If a fruit with known anti-inflammatory compounds like pineapple can do this much harm, imagine what others might be doing. Now, let's move on to a fruit that most people associate with vitamin C, health drinks, and immunity-boosting breakfasts. It's a breakfast staple. It appears in juices, smoothies, and health supplements everywhere. But for older adults, especially those over the age of 60, it may be triggering a silent acidic assault on your joints. Let's talk about oranges. 5. Oranges, the acid attack. Masquerading as immunity oranges. They're vibrant, fragrant, and widely respected for their health benefits. From fresh squeezed juice at breakfast to vitamin C-packed supplements, they've long been hailed as the go-to for boosting immunity. But beneath that sunny exterior lies a reality many seniors aren't aware of. What makes oranges a concern for older adults isn't just their sugar, it's their high acidity. Citrus fruits, including oranges, are loaded with citric acid. While this may seem normal or even healthy, that acidity can quietly irritate aging joints, especially if you're already dealing with inflammation, arthritis, or stiffness. Have you noticed a slow, creeping stiffness in your knees when you wake up? Persistent hip pain after sitting? A heaviness in your legs after walking or standing? You might think, well, I'm just getting older. But there's a chance your daily glass of orange juice is adding to the problem. Here's what actually happens. The citric acid doesn't just stay in your stomach. It enters your bloodstream and can subtly inflame delicate joint tissues. When combined with the natural sugars in oranges, it causes blood sugar spikes, leading to more inflammation throughout your body. That inflammation doesn't stay localized. It spreads to your knees, ankles, calves, making every step feel just a little more difficult. That dull pain, the stiffness after rest, the swelling in your lower legs, oranges could be playing a hidden role. Oranges may not be harmful to someone in their 20s or 30s, but for seniors with slower metabolism and reduced circulation, They can trigger a gradual decline in joint comfort and leg function. And the hardest part? You've been told for decades that oranges are good for you. You're drinking that juice in the morning thinking you're strengthening your body, when in reality it might be quietly doing the opposite. Now let's talk about another fruit that appears clean, crisp, and low in sugar. It's seen as a safe option, but this next one may be the cause of midnight leg cramps, stiff knees, and aching hips. 6. Green apples, the hidden strain behind the crunch green apples. The picture of health, crisp, tart, and marketed as the more wholesome choice compared to their sweeter red cousins. And because they're lower in sugar, many older adults assume they're a perfect daily snack. But appearances can be deceiving. Green apples contain malic acid, which gives them that signature tang. For younger people, malic acid can be energizing. But as we age, our digestive system becomes more sensitive, and so does our body's response to acids. That malic acid can irritate the gut and joint tissues, especially in those with inflammation or circulation issues. Seniors who eat green apples regularly may notice a gradual increase in discomfort, aching hips, thigh soreness, or even a warm tingling in their feet. But there's more. While green apples taste less sweet, they still contain natural sugars. And in an aging body, sugar metabolism slows down. That means blood sugar spikes and crashes are more frequent. What does this lead to? Tired calves, nocturnal leg cramps, morning stiffness, weakness when walking or climbing stairs. And since green apples are often eaten raw and alone, sometimes right before bed, they impact your system at its most vulnerable time. It's a slow and subtle process. Day after day, that acidity and sugar take their toll. What seems like a light, healthy snack could be quietly making it harder to move, adding to joint tension and reducing nighttime comfort. Now, if a fruit as humble as a green apple can have this kind of impact, imagine what happens when we move on to something sweeter. Much sweeter. Mango, juicy, velvety, irresistibly sweet. It's the tropical treasure everyone looks forward to, especially in the summer. But for older adults, this beloved fruit might be one of the most dangerous for your joints and leg health. Here's the raw truth. Mangoes are packed with natural sugars, and not just a small amount. Mango delivers a sugar surge that spikes your blood glucose rapidly. For younger, more active individuals, their bodies can manage the rise. But for those over 60 with a slower metabolism and compromised insulin sensitivity, it becomes a problem. Every time that spike happens, your body responds with an inflammatory reaction, and it's your joints, especially the soft tissues in the hips, knees, and ankles, that bear the brunt of that inflammation. Have you ever felt a burning sensation in your toes, a strange tingling in your feet that won't go away, swelling in your legs at the end of the day, an odd heaviness when you stand up? Mango might be the hidden trigger. Because mango feels light and refreshing, people often eat large portions without realizing it. But your body doesn't care how light it feels. What it reacts to is the sugar. And over time, this leads to chronic inflammation, joint damage, and decreased leg stability. It's a fruit that appears harmless, natural, juicy, even healing. But for older adults, especially those with any mobility concerns, mango may be speeding up the weakening of your joints. Now that you've seen the full list, the picture is clear. 7 fruits, all widely believed to be healthy, may be silently sabotaging your strength if you're over 60. But here's the good news. Not all fruits are harmful. In fact, some do the exact opposite. Let's shift the focus from what to avoid to what to embrace. The healing fruits, what seniors should eat. Instead, the right fruits don't just satisfy your cravings. They can actively restore energy, fight inflammation, and support stronger legs. Here are the ones you should reach for. Berries. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, all are low in sugar and rich in antioxidants. They're anti-inflammatory, easy on blood sugar, and improve circulation in the legs. Say goodbye to swelling and stiffness. Cherries, in moderation. Surprisingly powerful, cherries can reduce uric acid levels and prevent gout attacks. They ease sore joints and help with nighttime leg discomfort. Just a handful, not a bowl, is enough. Avocados. Yes, it's a fruit, and one of the best. High in healthy fats, avocados reduce internal inflammation and cushion your joints. Plus, they help stabilize blood sugar and provide steady energy. Papaya. Soft, tropical, and enzyme-rich. Papaya supports digestion and reduces inflammation gently. It's easy on sensitive stomachs and aging joints. Pears. Mildly sweet with good fiber. When eaten with a little protein or fat, pears give your body clean energy without sugar crashes. They're kind to your legs and joints. These fruits don't cause discomfort or swelling. Instead, they energize, heal, and strengthen. Choosing the right ones can mean the difference between waking up stiff or stepping out strong. Final thoughts, a message just for you. If you've read this far, one thing is clear. You care about your body, your future, and your independence. And I want to say this as clearly as I can. It's not too late. You still have time. You still have choices. You still have power. Aging may be unavoidable, but suffering doesn't have to be. Pain, stiffness, swelling, weakness, they're not punishments. Often they're just messages from your body asking for a change. And that change doesn't need to be radical. It can start with one simple swap, one fruit at a time. You've learned today that what's natural isn't always what's best for you, and that's okay. Growing older is about growing wiser, choosing what truly supports you now. So here's what I'd like you to do. Share in the comments. What did you learn today? Which change are you ready to make? Let's help each other, because when one of us grows, we all grow. If this video or message helped you, even a little, please hit the like button. Tap subscribe so you don't miss the next important topic. And click the bell icon to stay notified. Before you go, drop a 1-inch in the comments if this message was useful. If not, type 0. Your input helps shape what we explore next. Stay strong, stay informed, and never forget this. Your legs carry your independence. Remember to subscribe to Seniorpedia, your trusted source for living stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling lives after 50.